from the beginning of time, we've always, as a people, have totally revolted from being told what to do. I mean, anytime there's threats or rules that are dictating your ability to express yourself, to be able to have freedom, anytime there's lack of freedom, if you can't make choices and you're being coerced to go one way only, there's going to be a resistance. It's just how we operate. That's how we are as humans. That's how I function. I'm all about Braveheart. I'm about freedom, and I don't like when people take away from me. I think that happens with children. I know it's what happens. Anytime we tell our kids how to behave, how to do some things, they're gonna do one of two things. They're gonna quit, so they're stop being told what to do, or they're gonna totally act out in such a way that they're gonna just start their own mini revolution against tyranny from their parents. That's the way it is. And you really got to look inward and understand, what did you go through? How do you function? And your children are the same way. So when I see parents lose their flipping mind on Litchfield Park and Rec Soccer League, I mean, these are first timers, and there's always one. And man, there's this parent just losing his mind about his son and telling him what to do because he wanted to win. At U8 Litchfield Rec Soccer. I mean, just, he's wearing his hat backwards, his glass. I have a problem with anyone who wears their hat backwards. Just get a beanie. I did it as a kid because I didn't know what I was. But when you have a 40-year-old man wearing his hat backwards, I'm sorry I offended you, all you hat wearing backwards people, but I find it weird. The brim of your hat's supposed to protect you from the sun. No, they'll use shades. Anyways, it just doesn't work well, and it goes all the way through development in the game of soccer. If you really want to find a way to develop your kid to be the highest level possible, you cannot tell them what to do. You can't get to that process of, you need to do this way, or you got to give them options. Here's an option. This is an option. This might be a better option. Allow your child to develop through his or her own processes of failure. You got to fail. And not allowing these poor kids to fail and learn on their own is crazy. I mean, it doesn't work well. I grew up where I played the game of soccer. I wasn't technical. I didn't have the proper coach or anything. But you know what allowed me to keep playing and eventually playing Division I soccer and professional soccer is because my mom and dad didn't say a dang word. Mainly they didn't understand the game of soccer because it's so foreign to them. And they didn't say anything. My dad hardly even came because he was always working, and my mom was just on the sideline chilling. I went through my own process of failure, and when I did fail, I didn't get reminded of it constantly, how I should have corrected myself or anything like that. And they never denied me the opportunity to fail either. They're like, oh, you want to do that? Okay, go do it. It was never in that situation. I went through my own processes of failure, and I had to battle through my own, and I suffered, and it's okay. And I went through my process, and I did pretty well for someone that didn't have technique. But if I had technique in that same environment, oh my gosh, I would have went so much further. But we have to allow failure. That is it. Gotta allow failure.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.